Hello, another day on YouTube. My name is Katrina. I am a registered nurse. I provide psychotherapy, and I also do energy medicine, Reiki with folks, and other trauma sensitive mindfulness practices. And really, I teach people that they have and work with people to show them that they have the inner strength and ability to care for themselves when they find themselves in a dark place. I'm started this channel just a few days ago, and my intention is to bring in support awareness for folks. Maybe I'll ask my clients to come and check this out, but I also just want to start. It's been a little bit, I've been off work getting this in my independent practice together, and I just wanted to get back into the routine of sharing all that I know, because I myself have healed from a traumatic stress injury. So my nervous system was injured from my work as a nurse, and I'm just getting out here to share what I know, because when we go through such pain, it can show us sometimes what our purpose is, and that is why I want to continue to do this work and share what I know with folks. So today I was thinking, what could I talk about? So I thought, well, I'll be that mirror for people again. Today I was having a hard time with emotions coming up that really around other people's judgment. So there was a judgment on me that like, why would you be doing a YouTube thing? What are you doing? And I just told you a little bit of why I'm doing it. It's also putting me out of my comfort zone and putting myself out in the public eye. I'm a little bit of a hermit, and I like my quiet time, because as one of my friends calls me, an empath. She has for years. She's known me since I was young, really young, in junior high, so I take in a lot of energy from other people, unknowingly. For years I did that, now I've learned a lot of lessons. Anyway, so I was having this challenge, and I was feeling judgment towards myself, and I voiced that to that person in a way that they could hear it, and it turned out well, but still, like, that kind of sits with me a little bit still. And I thought, oh, I'll come out here and I'll meditate, just reflect on this and see what's coming up for me around these emotions. I'm not going to push them down, because they're just going to come up again. So I'm like, okay, let's deal with this, and I'm going to deal with it on YouTube. So one of the things when I was sitting here reflecting was, I was like, okay, I'll open up that book, and what page it came up on, this is called Mindfulness for Unraveling Anxiety, Finding Calm and Clarity in Uncertain Times. So, I'm walking into something new for me, and there's a few nurses that are providing psychotherapy, but it's not known that this is something that nurses do. And it is part of our practice. So I thought, well, this was just kind of a little unsettling. Like, this judgment came up, and then I took it in and felt it, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna go sit with that, because I do believe in myself. I know I can. I've done this work for years. It's just I'm gonna do it outside of a system. So then I read this, and I'm gonna share it with you today. The Should Life. So again, this is out of a book, Mindfulness for Unraveling Anxiety. Very pretty little book I've used lots. So mindfulness has benefits beyond just being focused enough to complete actions. One of its many other assets is the capability to not take the babble of the mind at face value. So the babble of my mind was that taking that judgment in and being like, oh man, like, oh, what am I doing? the fear, right? And the babble got some fear movement going on. Minds automatically concoct stories and construct views of self and world based upon the conditions of the moment. To be alert to this requires the practice art of handling these mental narratives with a pinch of salt. Some of the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves ride long established, well-worn grooves in the psyche. So those pathways in our mind, we're talking about neuroplasticity now, right? They tend to be negative and judgmental and are therefore liable to make us feel ill at ease. Yeah, so I got on one of those old pathways. Here we tap into a rich seam without, did I miss a page? Nope, got it. Here we tap into the rich seam deep within every human of anxiety. Consider the myriad of ways we assess, judge, label, and measure ourselves as being okay or not okay. The sharp words we sling at ourselves when we don't meet our own approval, our own worst critic, really. What about all the times we secretly compare ourselves to others, desperately try to fit in, or push ourselves to perform to certain standards in order to feel acceptable? Everyone craves attention, success, and respect because we care about how we appear to the world. We fear rejection for the same reason. We worry what other people think of us. We worry if other people don't think of us at all. The confirmation we seek is many-sided, but ultimately is all about me. The fear of being deemed not good enough and the striving to be good enough are two sides of the coin that is the self. Our search for self-validation has troubling side effects. We develop unconscious assumptions and expectations about how we and others should and shouldn't be. We berate ourselves if we don't meet our own standards and do the same to others when they don't measure up. Judgment cramps the mind, making life into a chilly and inhospitable affair. Our tendency then is to become vigilant to threats, the source of which is actually within. One part of the self is scolding another part of the self. As such times, one of the many clunky versions of the not good enough story is being played out within the psyche. Anxiety is being literally self-created. So when I came out here, I took some time to be mindful and to notice that those old patterns of fear of not being good enough, or not being able to, like, what are you doing, and meeting other people's standards. And then I sat down and thought, this is something that I've wanted to do for such a long time, and I've done this work and I've seen how working with others and how I work with others is effective, and because I am authentic, and I think people feel that. I know people feel that. I know I can feel that. So for me, what I did was take that time to come and do that self-care, to do that inner reflection, and to ground myself back so that those things that were going on in my mind weren't able to spiral out of control. And this has taken a lot of practice, and something that, I would say self-compassion comes in here too, and knowing self, and, having to go through some really painful experiences that taught me how to manage the shoulds, and how I should be doing something or shouldn't, and how I shouldn't be shoulding all over myself. So yeah, the shoulds and the shouldn'ts. and coming back to self and what's important for you. I guess that's my post today. Yeah, if emotions are coming up, take time to reflect, to sit with them. If there's someone you really trust in your life that, can sit with you to have that conversation, have that, do that. Yeah, someone you feel safe with. Otherwise, I hope you're doing well, and I'll catch you on the next one. Okay, take care. Bye.